How's it going, America? This is Chef John Cardona with Barbecues Galore, and today I'm going to teach you how to do citrus planked halibut fish tacos and the secret to planking. So when you're planking, first thing you want to do is get that plank out of your container and soak it in ice cold water for 24 hours. That means in a container, and I usually put the plank on the bottom and the ice on top to keep it from floating up to the top. This is going to keep it down, and keep it in the refrigerator for 24 hours. This is going to soften up your plank. After you finish with that plank, what you want to do, take that plank out of the ice. If you notice, I've actually used this a few times already. And after you use it, you want to wash it with very, very, very light soapy water. Very light, like a little drizzle on there, and hot water as well too. When you finish washing it, you're going to lay it on a paper towel against a wall just like so for at least 4 to 8 hours or until it's dry. Then what you're going to do is grab some plastic wrap it all the way through, put it in the refrigerator and keep it in there until you're ready to use it again. Now the next time you use it, you're going to soak it in ice cold water the same way I taught you here in a second, for 4 hours this time, not 24. Every time you use it after that, you can do the same process over and over again, and you'll probably get about 8, maybe 10 uses out of this if you do it right. Make sure you don't leave these out at room temperature, especially stacked on each other without wrapping them out. Room temperature, especially where this was in water, is going to create a lot of mold on here, and you definitely don't want to cook on something that's too moldy or at all moldy. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our plank and we're going to coat it with a little bit of grapeseed oil. If you don't have grapeseed oil at home, any oil that you use for frying shall be okay. Something like peanut, canola, corn, or even vegetable oil will work on here. And what this is going to do, it's going to promote some fire on the plank, and it's going to get it nice and smoky a lot quicker. For your halibut today, we're actually going to use some Rufus Teague fish rub. Has nice citrus to it, nice saltiness, and also has a touch of sugar. So we're going to add just a bit here on this halibut there. Nice and coated. Flip it to the other side. Make sure both sides get some love. And what's great is that our plank is actually already has oil on it, so we don't have to oil any of this halibut at all. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab some orange slices. Put them right on here. We're going to put a halibut right on top of our orange slices. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our plank and our fish with our orange slices. We're going to drop it right on the grill. We're actually going to use a Grand Turbo and the sear station actually over high heat. That sear station gets up to about 1,000 degrees. But what we're going to do is we're going to get this plank started first over high heat until it starts getting warm and giving up some smoke. And then I'm going to move it to the side over low heat. So once you get it smoking just a little bit, you're going to take it off the high heat and just drop it over the low heat there. You're going to wait for it to calm that flame a little bit. If you have a little squirt bottle, you can always use a squirt bottle as well too. So what I want you guys to look for, after about maybe 4 to 5, maybe 6 minutes, you want to go in there and you're going to want to wait for this little white stuff coming out of that fish. Normally it occurs with even salmon. And what that is, it's a protein leaching out. So once you have little dots like this leaching out of your fish, basically it's pretty much done. It's maybe going to take a minute or so after that, and that's all you're waiting for before you insert that thermometer. But internally, that fish should be 125 degrees. So what I do when I take this off while it's resting, you're going to grab your other orange, just put it right on top of your fish so it can get a little bit more of that plank flavor and citrus flavor in there as well. So next we're going to go ahead and make the Pico De Gallo for the fish tacos, and what we have in here is chopped tomatoes, very fine chopped, and we also have some white onion that we're going to add right in there. I'm using sweet onion. We're going to add some jalapenos, and I do seed the jalapenos, so I do leave little seeds in there for the kick. We're going to add some cilantro. You can add lime juice here if you'd like, but we're going to have the lime on the side for the fish tacos. So we're not going to put any lime juice in here today. I'm going to add a little salt. A little more salt. Grab some pepper. And go in there and just toss just about. Very fresh, very easy, very few ingredients. And you definitely want to feed your tomatoes, because if you don't, it's going to become way too watery. See where the flavor's at? Oh yeah. Enough salt, enough spice. And I took the seeds out of here as well, because we're going to be adding chipotle to our white sauce. Now for white sauce, for our tacos here, we have mayonnaise. We have a little bit of chipotle. It's going to give it some smokiness. And believe it or not, we have 7-Up. 7-Up gives it enough sweetness and citrus flavor that it's going to marry through with all these flavors going on in our dish. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this 7-Up here and just add a little 7-Up in here just to thin it out just a bit. Grab a spoon, show you. You guys see that? Basically coats the circumference of the spoon. It's pretty much what you want there. Now we're going to grab a little salt. Touch of salt in there. We're going to add our chipotle, our chopped chipotle. Right in there. Now, chipotle, basically all it is a smoked jalapeno and an adobo sauce. Normally you can find it in the Hispanic section at your local supermarket in a can. What I do is I'll grab the can, the contents of the can, throw it in the blender, blend it. It's a lot easier for me to use in sauces, barbecue sauces, or even vinaigrettes or dressings. Instead of having to chop them, I just puree it in the blender. Lift this up. It needs a little more spice. Add a touch more in there. Oh yeah. Oh, that's good. You can taste the smokiness in there too. There's just enough spice. You taste that sweetness first in the front of your palate, but you get that kick of the chipotle about a second later in the back of your palate. It's a great flavor. So now what we're going to do is grab some corn tortillas. I actually have just some yellow corn tortillas. We're going to drop them in the grill over high heat until they soften up just a bit. If you're going to close the lid, if you're going to close that lid, pay close attention to it. Don't just walk away. It's going to take about maybe 20 seconds for that tortilla to be ready to get flipped. Put these on the plate. So now we're ready to assemble our plate. We're going to grab some tortillas. We're going to grab our fish here, and I'm just going to squirt a little bit of this orange juice right on there. Place my fish right on that tortilla. I'm going to grab some of our Pico De Gallo there. Drop it right on top. Some cabbage. Grab our favorite sauce. Grab some fresh limes. Put them right there to hold your tortilla down. So the reason I'm using fresh avocado versus guacamole is because I'm using fresh grilled fish, not fried fish. If I was making fried fish tacos, then I'd probably go with guacamole, because you have that fried crispy fish and you have that guacamole that's going to be counterbalancing with the soft and the crunchiness from the fish and the soft guacamole. Now here we have grilled fish. Grilled fish is soft. If you use guacamole, it's going to be too much of a mushy texture on that plate or on that taco, and that's why I'm using fresh avocado. And always add, again, a little sea salt to your avocado. Avocado loves sea salt. Respect your avocado. Give it some love. Right now the avocado's jumping with joy. So enjoy your fish taco.